Hello everyone, I'm Alex. Everybody makes mistakes. Some people do them because they don't care enough, while others do them because they care too much. But we're not here to talk about the kind of mistakes that can't be discovered and mended in a heartbeat. What we are here to talk about is the mistakes you don't even see, especially if you are a manager. So let's find the 10 common mistakes even the best managers do. Number 1 is micromanaging. In reality, being involved in every little decision will wear you down. And not only you, people often find that having a boss who micromanages everything is one sure way to surrender most creative and productive drive. So this is very important. Why is it important? Well, because I say it is. The more you micromanage, the less time you'll have to deal with the real problems your company is facing. Micromanaging too much will actually have adverse effects on the way your team relates to you, as it will make you appear like a leader that dominates the team instead of focusing on what he does best, which is concentrating on vision and encouraging initiative. Number 2 is not listening. Any manager can listen to what his team has to say, but only a good manager will actually hear what they are saying. That was smart. That was pretty cool. Taking into account the feedback people provide you with seems like an easy thing to do, but it's an art only a few can master. Not all the feedback you receive about the project you're working on is valuable. And like all things in life, sometimes it's the little things that make a difference. Great two-way communication will alert you to those little things that can mean the difference between a successful team and a failure one. Concentrate and learn to better distinguish the important from the unnecessary. Number 3 is not providing inspiration. Managers often overlook this important aspect, but providing inspiration and showing concern for a successful working environment is much more than something people use to fill out their resume. Any team is only as strong as its weakest member, so it's up to you to share your experience and inspire people into being confident and taking risks. When things don't turn out the way they should, your team will look up to you for guidance. And that is the moment when your decisions will inspire them into action. You need to share some of your battle-hardened decision-making and make even the most inexperienced member of your team believe that you have the answer. Not making the tough call will probably not lose you the day, but it will lose you your team. And that is pretty bad. You don't want to lose your team as a manager. Number 4 is not valuing innovation. Often managers get to be managers because they are more creative and innovative than their peers. These are some of the things that will make you stand out no matter the field or the competition. One of the biggest mistakes a manager can make is being overwhelmed by the workflow and forgetting about the very thing that gives him the edge. Thinking outside the box will allow you to come with great ideas and win the respect of your team. And not only that, but being creative and innovative will help you set and reach new goals faster and get ahead of your competition. Number 5 is bad accountability. Any manager knows that standing behind his team is part of the job description, but good managers know that standing in front of their team is even better. When it comes to responsibility, the best way to manage things is to be sure that everyone in your team is accountable for their actions. That, in terms, will make your team more responsible and will make everybody more concentrated. A disciplined team will be more productive and more results-oriented, and a responsible manager will know how to hold team members that don't perform well accountable, in a way that motivates them to keep up. Moreover, accountability works both ways. A good manager will know under what circumstances he should defend his team from superiors and how to distribute the credit for successful projects among subordinates. Number 6 is not knowing the team's potential. Seeing that you cannot do everything by yourself, you need to distribute daily tasks and organize project goals. There will always be some people that you know you can rely on. A great manager knows exactly which one of his subordinates can be the best person to do a job. You need to get to know your team and encourage them to get involved, and you will have the best means to efficiently deal with any problem. Nominating the right people for specific tasks will give them a chance of bearing the responsibility as well as enjoying the spoils. Number 7, and this is very important, not looking confident enough. This is so easy to misinterpret that most people that have this problem are completely unaware. Being confident is so much more than a simple trait. It is one of the keys to effective leadership. You might seem confident enough to ensure that others follow your commands, yet fail to convey the right amount of confidence. How? Well, confidence is more than trusting your own decisions and qualities. It is about the way you pass that onto your team. You need just as much charisma, posture, and calculated thinking to make people believe in you. Now, that doesn't mean that overconfidence is your friend. It just means that you should learn to reflect the degree of confidence that is required to make sure that your team never loses faith in you as a leader. Number 8 is not committing enough. A cold-blooded leader that always takes the clinical, cerebral approach to all problems can be a great manager. But over time, his team may feel that his attitude is lacking passion and commitment, and that can be very detrimental in the long run. If you want to best avoid that, you need to show people that you're willing to get your hands dirty. Because after all, you got your leadership position by displaying skills that make people want to follow you. Showing your team how much you value your project and how passionate you're about it will gain you a lot of respect and infuse them with more commitment and energy. Every moment you spend in the trenches will be highly rewarded with more support and inspiration from your team. And a good manager wins and loses by his team. Number 9 is a lack of strategic thinking. All managers pride themselves in knowing to take one step back and seeing the bigger picture. A great manager is a person that can not only do that, but also make the members of his team completely aware that he has things under control. A manager that leaves the impression that he's making his team members work without a solid strategy will never be able to get the most out of his efforts. And your best bet is to create ambitious and motivating goals, but also take into consideration potential risks. All that while letting your team know that you're in charge and that everything is under control. You have to use intermediate goals and go over detailed plans to reassure everyone that your project is on the right track and it will hit its marks. Isolating yourself in your ivory tower will never work. Making sure everyone knows what they're striving for can make you one of the best managers ever. I cannot stress how important this one is. Number 10, promising and not delivering. This is one of the worst problems a manager can encounter. You might be tempted to think that it comes down to things, actions, and people you cannot control. But a truly great manager knows that the project is more important than any individual and that success no excesses. If you want to do away with all the things that slow you down and prompt you and your team not to deliver, you must first learn to communicate efficiently. That is to only commit to the things you know can be done. Relevant communication like this works both ways. It does not undermine your team's trust in you, and it does not put you in the difficult situation of having to explain failures to your superiors. Finding the right communication balance is very important to the way you will be perceived, and knowing when to let people know about slowdowns and delays and when you can step on the gas and save the day is something that comes with responsible, cold-headed thinking. But the rewards will be surely worth it. Remember, it doesn't matter if you manage a team of 4 or 40 employees. Being a manager is a job that comes with a lot of responsibility. So, with great power comes great responsibility. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.